Thousands, the memories of the attacks 9 years ago are personal, painful, and clear. Fox's Brett Baier has more.
We will commemorate not only the heartbreak of September 11th, but also the enduring values and resilient spirit of America.
9 years later, the site now called Ground Zero, where the World Trade Center towers once stood, and the section of the Pentagon that American Airlines Flight 77 slammed into that tragic day, look completely different. For survivors and first responders who were there, and for family members of the victims, the images and sounds are still vivid.
Another plane just flew into the second tower. Now we understand that there is an explosion, there has been an explosion in the Pentagon, the heart of the military.
A lot of people ran out of the building. I'm realizing that it was pretty bad, and I needed to go inside and try to help out as best as I could. So as I went in, there was down ceiling tiles, lights, fixtures, a lot of smoke. There was no lights, strong diesel smell, very hard to see.
Every time I smell diesel, it brings me back to 9/11. I use the word chaos, but really it was a controlled chaos situation. I mean, everybody that responded here responded as best they could.
The first responders tried to get as many people out as possible. Dave Lachek's family feared from the start he was in his Pentagon office when the plane hit.
One by one, we heard from all our different family members who could have been at the Pentagon, my dad, my brother, my uncle. And we just kept waiting by the phone that day, to hear from Dave. You're sitting there waiting, waiting for a call, waiting to see him walk up the street, and then having to watch these horrible events unfold on TV. I just remember it as just being so sick to my stomach and just kind of feeling that, how can this be happening?
He never walked up the street.
No.
Jim Lachek says for him, the image of the fiery Pentagon is starting to fade 9 years later. He instead chooses to focus on his last conversation with his brother.
He called me. I was in the car, and I pulled over on the side and had the best conversation with him because we were laughing and joking and talking about his vacation and what was going on and, different things that brothers talk about.
Soon after 9/11, Jim was tapped to be the point man for speaking about and raising money for the Pentagon Memorial.
But when you come out here and you just kind of have a great sense of pride in the fact that, look, we all worked together and we got this done.
You raised a lot of money in a tough economic time for this memorial. Now your company has downsized and you're looking for a job.
Right. That's
pretty remarkable.
There's something else for me to do. And it's just a matter of, trying to figure that out. And, it's a humbling experience.
He's optimistic, though. He's been through tougher times.
What I think about more is celebrating Dave's life. Thinking about the good things, thinking about, how can I live my life better? How can I be less of a grouchy dad and a grouchy husband and try to, do the right things, for my family, for his family, and just try to, as I said, celebrate and honor his life.
In Washington, Brett Baier, Fox News.